Hello. Today's February 6th, 2024. This is my second time trying to record this journal, which marks the first time that's ever happened. But it's because I have my girlfriend with me, and she ruined the first recording. She started to throw a temper tantrum because I'm anti-gambling and she's pro-gambling. Anyways, I've been wanting to talk about gambling for a while now, and today's the day because I was listening to Money by Pink Floyd on the way to pick up my girlfriend, and it just hit me. It's like, when's the best time to do something? Now's the best time to do it. So I'm going to be talking about gambling today. We have seen in America a complete rise of gambling. It's become more prominent than ever, and it's really just sort of entered into, I guess, like you could say, the popular domain in a way that I don't think it's ever been like this before, especially with online gambling. You know, you see, he was in my blind spot, but you see even popular streamers like Aiden Ross do it now, where they bet, like hundreds of thousands of dollars on stream because, it's exhilarating and it's thrilling. And yeah, so how did gambling become more popular? Why is it rising all of a sudden? Well, the answer to that question is that there was a 2018 Supreme Court ruling, so no wonder that it comes from a conservative packed court. But besides the point, the 2018 ruling sort of shot down 1992, the precedent up until then, and it allowed for sports gambling to become legalized throughout the country at a higher frequency. In 2021, $9.5 billion was made just through online gambling alone. And supposedly it'll double by 2030 to 20 billion. Obviously, if that's, with no further regulation and things like this, if it's allowed to stay put, which I don't really think it should, but we'll get to that. 55% of 18 to 34-year-olds have engaged in sports betting at least once. And, this is what really hits home for me, because I became legally allowed to gamble within my state last year. I don't know why it says 18. Anyways, whatever. And so it became more prominent for me. I got the opportunity to do it if I wanted, and I haven't yet because I know that it'll be the end of me. But, I've known people who have gotten pretty into it. And, this isn't to say that these people are wrong or immoral. You can do whatever you want with your money. But the point I'm really trying to drive home here is that we're living in a world where I personally feel that some people want it easier than ever. They want the quick way, the easy way to money. And what better way to do it through sports gambling? You kind of literally take a flyer with your own money in hopes that you can create more of it. Meanwhile, sports books, odds makers, they know what they're doing. Like, this is the biggest sort of problem I have with gambling is the odds makers know what they're doing. They know what lines to set, what odds to set in order to make sure the casino doesn't go out of business, right? Like, if it were easy, casinos wouldn't be profitable, and no one would be making casinos. No one would be owning casinos, and so on. That's really step number one for me, is that it's sort of just like this broken thought process, this broken logic. Obviously some people are going to make money, but if anything, those are cautionary tales in the sense that not only are they going to want to keep chasing the dragon, but I don't know. The gambling addict is obviously the real cautionary tale, but hopefully you get what I mean. These journals are meant to be off the cuff, and I'm not doing loads of research in order to take down the gambling industry. But I want to make the point as well that we see it with men predominantly, and obviously. I think there's this sort of, I almost want to say ideological, like, revolt from men to be more masculine, and gambling's a part of it, I guess. Like, people want men to be risk takers in this way, and I don't know, it's just, and when you bring sports into it, obviously men are going to be drawn in more often. I mean, literally, Andrew Tate's most popular, most famous dick eater is Aiden Ross, and here we have him gambling his earnings away. I don't know. I'd be interested to know what y'all think. I thought that I had more to say about gambling, but I suppose I don't. And I might have said it already, but I forget. I'm not saying that you should stop. You probably should stop, but I'm not here to be your father. I'm just saying, man. Gambling's pretty scary stuff, and it feels pretty dystopian. And I don't know how we couldn't learn from history and look at a culture like ancient Rome, where they sort of lost their heads and they became very egotistical, where they thought they were almost invincible. And that's sort of what gambling reminds me of. Is like, are we at the height of this American culture, and have we lost our heads and become egotistical? And are we invincible and thinking that, like, we can throw caution to the wind, literally throw our money to the wind by taking a chance on, like, the most obscure thing, like the second Turkish league in soccer? It's like, all right, we're not really making informed bets, and we're throwing together 23 leg parlays in hopes that $5 turns into $100,000, right? And I know that, like, many people are at gambling large sums, but once you get lucky, you're gonna, like, all right, maybe I could throw $100 on it this time. I don't know. I've seen it enough firsthand when it comes to stock options trading. It's just scary. So yeah, let me know what you think. Today has been a relatively lazy one for me. I haven't done a whole lot, but I'm on my way to do some videography. And I'll go to the gym later. I'm all caught up on homework, so maybe I'll make some TikToks or something. I don't know what else I'll do. I'll just exist, and maybe I'll gamble. Maybe I will. I could probably gamble on some, like, hockey tonight that I have no clue about. It's like what are we doing? But yeah. Peace and love.